How do hidden documents explain policy choices for communist famines? Imagine uncovering secret papers that reveal what leaders really thought during times of crisis. Hidden documents like internal memos and letters have shown us how communist governments made tough choices during famines. These documents prove that leaders knew about the suffering caused by their policies, but often chose to ignore or even worsen the situation. For example, during the Soviet famine of the early 1930s, internal reports indicated that grain requisition quotas were set very high, even when famine was already spreading. Leaders ordered grain to be taken from peasants, leaving many starving, despite having grain reserves that could have been shared. In China, during the Great Chinese Famine from 1959 to 1961, secret documents reveal that officials continued to push for high grain exports and forced collectivization, even as food shortages worsened. These documents show that policy decisions were driven more by ideological goals than by immediate human needs. They also highlight that the leadership was aware of the famine's severity but often chose to hide or downplay the crisis to maintain control and avoid admitting failure. The existence of these hidden papers helps us understand why policies persisted despite the suffering they caused. It was often about protecting the image of the regime or pushing forward economic plans like rapid industrialization. The social impact was devastating, with millions dying from starvation and many more suffering long-term health issues. Economically, these policies damaged agriculture, causing productivity to fall and making future food shortages more likely. From a modern perspective, these documents show how political motives can override humanitarian concerns. They also reminded us that official reports can be misleading, making it harder to see the true scale of suffering at the time. Overall, hidden documents reveal that policy choices during communist famines were not accidental or solely due to economic hardship. They were often deliberate decisions rooted in maintaining power and ideological goals, even at the cost of millions of lives. These revelations help us understand the complex legacy of these famines and how they continue to influence modern views on communist regimes and their economic policies.